Coming up on Mountain News this morning, hundreds came together for a conference on homelessness in southern Kentucky. And the Whitesburg ARH granted a $5,000 check as part of their Foundation for Healthier Communities.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Welcome to Mountain News this morning. I'm McKinley Calandrino here with you on this Monday, November 24th. The time is now 6:30. Now let's check in with meteorologist Megan DeSmall for a look at your forecast this morning. Megan, we've been talking a lot about fog this morning, but what else can we expect in the weather forecast today?
Well, thankfully, fog is the only thing we really have to worry about as you are going into your Monday. It's going to be a really dry day ahead. No rain in the forecast for those daytime hours. But before I continue the forecast, talk about temperatures, let's talk about that fog we're actively seeing. Current visibility is quite low for many folks across the region. So just keep that in mind as you're heading out the door. And as we look at satellite and radar, overall, it is a clear start to your day. A little bit of clouds rolling into the region. Cloud cover will build throughout the day, but no rain is expected until late this evening going into the overnight hours. In terms of temperatures, we are seeing a mixture of the 30s and 40s. And this afternoon, we'll be looking at a mixture of the mid-60s. McKinley.
Deputies are investigating a stabbing in Logan County, West Virginia. Police responded to Crooked Creek Road near Logan Friday morning. Deputies say when they found two men and a woman with cuts. The woman refused treatment, but the two men were taken to the hospital in critical condition. It's not known what led to the incident. Ronald Exantis is staying behind bars and will serve the rest of his prison sentence. We first brought you this story Thursday night after the Kentucky Parole Board made a decision after reviewing Exodus files. Exantis was charged in connection with the stabbing death of 6-year-old Logan Tipton. We're hearing from the Tipton family for the first time since Exantis was ordered to return to prison. Samantha Valentino shows us how they're working to prevent any other Kentucky family from having to experience what they have gone through.
Ronald Exantis was charged in connection with the 2015 stabbing death of 6-year-old Logan Tipton. While he was found not guilty of Tipton's murder by reason of insanity, Exantis was convicted on 3 assault charges for stabbing other members of Logan's family.
He took away everything from us, everything.
He killed every member of my family that day. Nobody that's sitting here today is the same person they were when they went to bed December 6th.
The Kentucky Parole Board unanimously voted to keep Ronald Exantis behind bars 3 times, but a decades-old law required his release on mandatory reentry supervision on October 1st. Exantis was rearrested in Florida just 8 days later for failing to register as a convicted felon. Thursday, the Parole Board revoked Exantis' supervision, ordering him to serve the remainder of his sentence in a state prison. It's set to end in August 2026.
Just for a few months, and he is out and nobody will be able to account for him. You know, it's just scary.
Exantis was sentenced to 20 years in prison, but he's received good time credits, reducing his sentence.
I feel like they had the ability to revoke all of his good time that he's been credited for and actually make him serve the entire 20 years, but that didn't happen.
The Tiptons tell me they're relieved Exantis is back behind bars, but they believe he never should have been released. They're now working with Representative Jason Nemes on legislation that would send someone found not guilty by reason of insanity to a mental health facility.
Logan's law would protect people from, short answer, protect people from having something like this done to them, where the justice system in the state of Kentucky will protect them.
The Tiptons say they're working to ensure other families have the protections they wish were afforded to them. In Woodford County, Samantha Valentino, WKYT.
Shortly after Exantis was released, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt announced the White House was looking, quote, looking into his release. The Tipton family says they have not heard from the White House or anyone from Washington. They're hoping someone will contact them to help them with their case. Also in Logan County, a man is facing sexual abuse charges, and the crimes date back to more than 2 decades. West Virginia police say John Wood is charged with 3 counts of sexual abuse. Wood is accused of sexually abusing several children dating back more than 20 years. Troopers say the investigation remains active. A Kentucky State Police investigation has found no evidence of wrongdoing at the Rockcastle County shelter. A report says the trooper who led the investigation visited the shelter several times. He said it was clean and well maintained and animals were in good health. The complaint came from Hallie Garcia, who claimed to have a video of a live dog in a freezer, along with unsanitary conditions and malnourished animals. The shelter's director, David Carpenter, said that dog had been euthanized days earlier. The investigation also found that the photos of the malnourished animals were misleading. It also found the facility had not been approved to perform vaccinations, so it's the responsibility of the county. The case has been awarded to the county attorney for further review. Hundreds came together for a conference on homelessness in southern Kentucky. The organization Help the Homeless put the event in Pulaski County on Friday. Around 70 different organizations were part of the conference, and James Norton volunteered and received help at the event. He says it meant a lot to see people wanting to help.
I had tears just welled up in my eyes because there was people in there that has offered me a better job now. There is people in there that has offered to help me find a housing.
Officials say there are many reasons adding to the problem of homelessness. They say more education on those causes will help them help others. An unusual rescue in the Smokies involving a black bear. It all started because drivers wanted to stop and see the animal. Officials say the bear climbed up a bank to avoid busy traffic. After drivers stopped to see the animal, it ended up getting trapped. Once rescue crews arrived, they tranquilized the bear and brought it down to a bucket on a backhoe. The park says the bear wasn't hurt. A Publix is coming to Somerset. This is a rendering of the new grocery store. It will be on South US 27 across from the Center for Rural Development. The store is expected to employ 150 people. Somerset's mayor says the multi-million-dollar investment shows Publix understands how important the area is.
They see the growth, they see the traffic count. We're a regional hub, and I think everybody's recognizing that, and now that they're coming, I think that's only going to go further.
Officials say the construction will start soon. An opening date has not been made official, but it is expected to be sometime in 2026. Shaping Our Appalachian Region, or SOAR, is changing things up, bringing in a former academic administrator to lead the organization. WYMT's Buddy Forbes has the latest.
Former Pike County Superintendent Dr. Reed Adkins has his eyes set on making the mountains better, recently announcing plans to run for Pike County Judge Executive.
I was extremely excited about the response I got. Really humbled and overwhelmed, to be quite honest with you, and was really excited about running for the position, to be quite honest, simply because I thought that I could do a good job and make a difference in Pike County.
But his focus has expanded, and he withdrew his bid for the seat after the board at Shaping Our Appalachian Region began its search for a new executive director.
For me, that's a dream job.
Adkins accepted the position, succeeding Colby Hall, who held the title for the last 5 years. And the former educator says he is blessed to enter a new chapter with the team at SOAR.
What SOAR does is it's unbelievable. The economic development, the economic stimulation that they do in Eastern Kentucky is incredible, and to have an opportunity to work with these people, those guys in that role, it's incredible for me.
He says though his campaign for Judge Executive was cut short, the mission remains the same in his new position.
The same thing I was looking forward to as County Judge Executive, being able to help Eastern Kentucky. As a Judge Executive, I was going to try to help Pike County. Now I get to help 54 counties.
Leaning on his history of educating and serving future generations,
I think that's what SOAR is all about, creating opportunities for our kids to be able to stay here and be able to get good jobs and raise their kids.
To develop his desire to help shape the future of the region in Pike County. Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Adkins says the mission of SOAR has always been close to his heart, and he's excited to work with the organization. As part of their Foundation for Healthier Communities, the Whitesburg ARH granted a $5,000 check to Southeast Kentucky Technical College. The money will be distributed throughout all 6 campuses to stock up their student food pantries. Officials at the college say their goal is to meet students at all of their needs.
And we do try to tell people, hey, it's not just us that's working on this. This is our partners, our community partners, and they're very, very important to us. But I think that it's going to kind of drive students towards Southeast. Hey, they're here to help us, not just with the academics, but with the non-academics.
Officials at SKCTC say they have also been doing what they can to help the community by delivering food boxes to those in need. Baptist Health Lexington added some new technology to its operating rooms. This robot is called the Da Vinci 5. Surgeons use it to make smaller, more precise incisions inside of a patient's body. Dr. Hope Coitral used it for the first time last week. She said the robot helped them do a minimally invasive procedure on a patient whose cancer had spread.
I was in a position where I could remove a large volume of tumor for her in a minimally invasive fashion. It was much easier than it has been in the past. And I felt very comfortable that we removed all of the cancer in this patient's abdominal cavity.
The system can be used for a variety of surgeries, including on the colon and lungs. Baptist Health hopes to see the system available to all of their sites.
We're looking at those chilly temperatures this morning, so maybe grab that coat as you're starting off your day. Those 30s and 40s is about what we're expecting all over. Thankfully, we are going to see some warmth heading into the afternoon. Between 62 to 66 degrees is about what you can expect as you're heading into the warmest hours of your day. Here's a look at that satellite radar this morning. Nice and clear. Again, we're really focusing in on the fog this morning, but rain will steer clear from the forecast until late tonight heading into your Tuesday. Here's a look at that bus stop forecast for you. Cloudy skies to start off your day. Temperatures in a range of the 30s with that fog. By the time we head into the afternoon, the fog will heat on out as we look at those mid-60s with mostly cloudy skies. McKinley.
All right, thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:42. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. This year, stores can promise you that you can get Thanksgiving dinner on the table for $40. We show you what budget buys and how some ingredient costs are going down.
Travel forecast.